In this video, we're going to look at the elements of the conscious and unconscious mind and how it profoundly affects anything we wish to achieve. A popular metaphor to describe the conscious and the unconscious mind is often an iceberg. The conscious mind contains all the thoughts, the memories, feelings and wishes of which we are aware of at any given moment, where our focus is. The unconscious mind is a reservoir of feelings, thoughts, urges and memories that are outside of our conscious awareness. In order to demonstrate some key points, we're now going to use a different metaphor. We're going to assume that the conscious mind is actually the rider and the unconscious mind is the horse. This will allow us to show some very powerful concepts, why we resist getting what we want and how we can overcome this. Now, let's imagine there's something that we would like. This could be acting a certain way, this could be achieving something, or this could be just obtaining an object of some sort. So if we look at it, what drives us forward would be our desire and the forces of something that we want. And then we're going to have the resistance or the forces that prevent us from having what we want. When we look at the resistance in more detail, we can see that it can be categorized into two ways, which is emotions and inertia. So emotions are the associations we have with the object, whether they be positive or negative. So are they preventing us from getting it, or are they in effect helping us? If we perceive that we obtain joy when we get what we want, this is a force pushing us forward towards our goal. However, if we have substantial fear, then these forces may prevent us from reaching what we want. In effect, if the perceived joy is larger than the fear, then we can often overcome it. But if that fear overshadows the forces and desires pushing us forward, we won't obtain what we want. When we look at this, we realize it's actually perceived effort. And can we produce more perceived effort versus the inertia or the forces that we're going to be presented with as obstacles? For example, a mountain climber will face inertia in terms of the forces that the mountain will offer against him. And he has to overcome these. And if he believes that he has enough force and desire and power to do so, then he will overcome this. This is when we look at when we wouldn't overcome something, is when we would perceive the emotions or the inertia as greater than the desire or the forces that we can produce. When it happens that we perceive the resistance to be greater than the forces we can produce, what we will often do is divert ourselves and distract ourselves with something that is pleasurable, which doesn't offer us any obstacles. And this is often TV, fast food, and many other behaviors. And obviously we know deep down that this isn't what we really want, but because we don't have enough forces to overcome the resistance, it distracts us from this dilemma. So what we will often see is that the emotions, the inertia seem very large and overwhelming compared to the desire or the forces that we can produce, or what we perceive that we can produce versus the perceived emotions and inertia of what we would like. So we're left with two options, aren't we? We can either increase the perception of the desire of the forces that we have, how we see ourselves if we feel more powerful, and what we believe we can do is going to have much more greater effect than anything physical we can train. And then we could also reduce the emotions of the inertia via many techniques and strategies that exist in self-development and many other methods. And by seeing them often for what they are, which is just a lot of the time they're illusions, we can actually even remove them from our path. And then we get a just incredible, powerful flow towards that which we would like. So that wraps up this video. Hopefully it was helpful. And if you would like any more information, you can email us at info@reachingpeople.website or look at the website, which is reachingpeople.website.